All right, welcome back to the TNT show. We got some exciting stuff for y'all today. I mean, over the weekend, some quarterbacks got paid. Team USA got their first win under their belt for the Olympics. Yeah, a few other things in sports and just some other stuff we want to ramble about. So, um, Tyler, you wanna kick it off with a question?
Yeah, if you were in a situation where you know you weren't going to get paid, would you sit out or would you play?
Mm,
Like, say you knew you were going to get traded when the free agency started, when that market opens, would you play or would you sit out?
I'd probably go ahead and play because you got to think that your play is going to determine your next contract. I mean, yeah, like, injuries are a thing and it can happen to anybody at any given time, but that's got to be the risk you're willing to take because other teams are paying attention to the fact that you're going to sit out because it's money related.
Yeah, and there is always a chance that you may not get picked up. I mean, Le'Veon Bell sat out the whole year. He's a great example. He went from best running back of the league, sat out a whole year, came back and was trash.
Yeah, that's true.
But jumping
Um,
right in, um, obviously Jordan Love and Tua got their money. Um, I think it's a little outlandish that uh, my dad was telling me that Dan Marino made $50 million his whole career, 14 years or something like that in Miami, and Tua's making that in one. That's crazy.
that's the economy. So you got to think Dan Marino played in a time where that 50 million is probably like what 100, 400 million today.
But it's probably the same equivalence.
Yeah. So, I mean, as far as Tua's contract, I think his was warranted just because that team is pretty much built for him to continue to put up those kind of numbers. So they know if he can do it this season, as long as he can stay healthy, which is what I was telling you. I would tie in his contract to his health because he can't be worth that amount of money if he's not playing.
Yeah, obviously they're not too worried about it because I mean, I don't know. We didn't obviously we can't look at the contract and the structure of it, but obviously they see something and they're not worried that you know those concussions he got are going to come back or anything to bite him in the butt or anything. So I guess they're just going
Hopefully
to
not.
roll with it.
CTE is very real. Just ask Antonio Brown. He knows all about it.
Yeah,
Now, Jordan Love, um, I don't know if I'm sold on him getting that amount of money just because
he definitely took
he,
advantage of the Packers.
yeah, because think about it. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers all those years, learned. That's fantastic. Great. You come in, you have an up and down season, and if he would have beat anybody else other than the Cowboys in the playoffs, I'd say it was okay. But he beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are known for choking in the playoffs.
Yep, that is true. I mean, now you know I know we've touched on it several times, but now the ball is in Brock Purdy's court. If I'm him, I mean, in my opinion, he's better than both of them. But there's one thing about it that I would be a little worried. Is it the team or is it him? Is he really that good?
Well,
Or
you that's a hard argument to make because they can't really go with anybody. Can't just stick anybody else in there. I mean, they could, but it might not. That's a risk they'd have to take. I mean, for what he's shown right now, there's nothing that says that he isn't their franchise QB.
I mean, yeah, 2 seasons. He's almost made it to the Super Bowl. Made it once. Would have made it twice if he wouldn't have got hurt.
I think that's still up for debate, but we're not
We'll
going to
say
touch on
that.
that
Yeah. Who's he'll probably be next. A lot of rumors are going around that Dak is about to be the first $60 million quarterback. I
right.
personally, that won't happen because they have too much. They have too much. They'd have to get rid of. They have to be okay with getting rid of. They could probably pull him and CeeDee Lamb off. They could probably do that.
I think they just got to let that go and look in another direction, just because he's had many seasons to prove
He's been in
that.
the league a long time.
Yeah, he really has. He's been in the league almost 10 years now. He came in what, 2014, 2015, something like that.
Yeah, something
So,
like that.
and he's had some outstanding. His rookie season, they were 13-3. Last season, they were probably one of the best football teams in the league. And what did they do? They choked against the Green Bay Packers, who barely made the playoffs.
Yeah. And then
And it's Dak's fault.
yeah, because they struggled bad. The Packers clowned them. They were running it all over them.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing like you couldn't tell he was a seasoned veteran. Like in the playoffs against an easy opponent that you're supposed to thump by at least a couple of touchdowns. You come out, you throw like 2 picks. Your accuracy is off the mark. Like you just look like a quarterback who's in his sophomore slump or something like that.
Yeah, I don't. They won't pay him. They can't. There's no way. They'd
I
be.
would.
Honestly, I mean, like you said, he's been in the league for 10 years and really hadn't really done a whole lot.
Here's my scenario. If I'm the Cowboys and I don't know if Trey Lance is up for an extension or not, I say, hey, look, we're gonna throw you a little bit of money. We're just gonna put you on a 1-year deal, say about maybe $5 million. You're gonna be our starting quarterback. If you can show us you can lead this team, we'll extend you and we'll pay you.
Yeah.
If not, then hey, you know what? We tried. We'll just have to go elsewhere. I'll just be straight up.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
But I mean, again, that's why we're fans, and then those guys are like, GMs and stuff because they call those kind of shots.
The Hall of Fame game, football's fixing to start. We're approaching it fast. The Hall of Fame game's Thursday. Chicago's already came out and said that, Caleb Williams isn't playing. I don't think their starters are even playing.
Yeah, they didn't. They said they're not playing any of their starters.
So I'm sure it'll be the same with the Texans. There's no need for them to even play.
More than likely.
I think the preseason, it's not a waste of time because like we were talking about earlier today, it kind of gives some of these guys a chance to make a team or show they may get picked up by somebody else. So like
Yeah,
I don't know. The
yeah,
Saints
that's
might be
true. I
like
mean,
man, we really like that guy. Really can play. We might need a third string safety. We'll put him on. Let's put him on the practice squad.
yeah. I mean, a lot of times with the preseason, a lot of those guys who don't make the team, they get other opportunities elsewhere. So
Yeah, they may get picked up somewhere. They may go to the UFL or whatever, or they
yeah,
might
I
go
think
play in the Canadian League or some other league, or take what or just try out for another team.
yeah, I think it's good in that aspect because I mean, any opportunity is a good opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, not everybody gets the opportunity to be on an NFL team, even if it's just for the preseason.
I mean, honestly, any professional league is just it's a big opportunity. You have to be blessed to play at like that high of a level. I mean, because even Canadian football, like there's some ballers in Canadian football. So, I mean, I'm not trying to rag on indoor football leagues, semi-pro and stuff like that. But I mean, it's you're playing your sport at a higher level. So, I mean,
I can't hate on you for that.
yeah.
Um, some other news. There looks like there's a bunch of QB battles going on. The Vikings, I think they're going to roll with Sam Darnold. I think that might help JJ McCarthy. I don't know if he is ready. I think he'll play in the preseason. The Patriots, I think they're going to roll with Jacoby for at least the first 5-6 games.
I think when the Vikings drafted JJ McCarthy, they kind of knew like it was going to be a long term thing. They weren't just going to throw him right in. They weren't going to throw him to the dogs. They're going to let him learn.
They needed a quarterback, and at that time, he was kind of the best option. Because Michael Penix was already gone.
Yeah, but
was he?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's really hard. No, Michael Penix, yeah, he was already gone. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say on whether or not McCarthy was the best pick right there. Just given what they needed and what he brought to the table. But apparently his teammates have been saying they've been praising him a lot. Like, he's gonna learn, but in a couple of years, like he's gonna be one of those guys. So I don't know.
Then you got the Patriots. Like I said, I think they're going to roll with Jacoby for the first 5 or 6 weeks. Might roll with him the whole year. I don't know.
It depends on how they're playing. Are they winning games? Are they losing games? Would it be better just to throw? Not necessarily saying throw Drake May out there, but just give him an opportunity and see how it goes. Because if Jacoby Brissett isn't doing anything worse, if he's not doing any better than what they think Drake May would do, then you might as well play Drake May.
Yeah. The Broncos are in a shaky situation right now. They got 3 quarterbacks, and Sean Payton said that they don't know who's going to win.
See, that just honestly, I don't think it would be bad if Bo Nix didn't win the starting job because again, he gets the opportunity to like learn. But at the same time, he's probably in one of those situations where it'd probably be better for him to just go ahead and play because that'll be his best way to learn.
Yeah, and it might. He's one of those people that builds off confidence. So if he doesn't win it, it might kill him.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
And then the Giants, a lot of people say that Daniel Jones is going to get benched this season. That this is his final ride. So
I just think that's crazy because I don't know what the Giants got going on because they just paid him like what $100 million, something like that.
Yeah, 160, I think.
Yeah, why would you do that if you didn't feel like? I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what the Giants got going on, especially with that whole conversation got leaked with Saquon Barkley and that whole ordeal. So they just, I think the Giants just got a lot. They got a lot going on.
Then you got the Raiders. A lot of people think Gardner Minshew will beat out Aiden O'Connell.
I think he will, but they'll still go out and get another quarterback next season.
And then we got the Commanders with Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota.
Come on, bro. That's not a battle. Everybody knows Jaden Daniels is the starter. They brought Marcus Mariota in so he could, coach him up real good. because they're ideally the same archetype of player where they're an improviser, so they're gonna make plays happen if the play breaks down.
I think Mariota's a great backup for him because they're
Oh yeah,
both they run the same style, so it'd be kind of a great mentor. I mean, Mariota's been in the league for a little bit. He's played on several teams,
yeah.
but he has played some meaningful football. I don't know. Did he ever go to the? Did he go to the playoffs with Tennessee
I think he went to the playoffs with Tennessee
once?
once. I think it was once. Could be wrong though.
So
I'm not
I mean,
100% certain.
but that sounds about right. I think so. But I think that's a good mentor for him.
Just remember,
Um,
if we ever say anything wrong, y'all please feel free to correct us in the
one
comments.
thing I do
Send us
want
a
to say,
message.
yeah, one thing I do want to say, uh, I talked about it. I think it was a couple episodes ago that I didn't know if Justin Herbert had gotten paid. Apparently, he has, and he signed a pretty big deal itself. So he did get paid. I wonder if that's why that they got rid of everybody. They couldn't afford to pay everybody. Now it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think with a lot of the teams that we talked about today, like, or the teams who given their quarterbacks like really high extensions, like the Jaguars, Packers, Justin Herbert. Not saying that he's bad, but a lot of these teams are in the situations where right now it's like we kind of have to give this guy this amount of money because we don't have a lot of other options.
So according to
So
ESPN, Sean Payton said that Zach Wilson is not in the rotation for quarterbacks. So it's between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham.
I think Bo Nix is going to come out on top on that one. He's just more dynamic.
Apparently, CeeDee Lamb is still absent because they haven't paid him yet. I don't think they're going to anytime soon either.
Yeah, I think
They have to
that one's
figure
going to
out
carry
they
off.
have to figure out what they're doing with Dak. They're not going to know.
Yeah, that one's going to carry off into the season. I think.
So does he not play?
I think he'll play. Then again, I could be wrong because we've seen situations before where, like you said, Le'Veon Bell, he sat out all season. There are some guys who sat out maybe like half the season just for a contract.
Other news: Rashard Penny retired today. He just said he felt like he just wasn't himself. I guess I can respect that. Injuries have been pretty tough on him. I mean, he's been in the
He's
league for 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
he's one of those guys where you just kind of wish you could have seen him with good health, kind of like Andrew Luck, because he really retired at a very young age for football, but that was just because of all the injuries.
I mean,
And
they do say the shelf life for a running back in the league's about their contract. That's why they don't. That's why you don't really see any of them really get extended because by the time they get to that fourth, fifth year out of their rookie deal, they're pretty much washed.
I mean, honestly, that's just it's kind of what it's turned into. And other running backs who got overpaid ruined the market. So yeah, a lot of these guys who are coming in, they're getting used up, and then they just toss them over to the side, like, no. Which I mean, I get it; it's a business, but some of these guys are actually pretty good, or at least they were good. They just had a crazy a crazy fall off. Like who was it? Philip Lindsay from the Broncos, All Pro running back, not All Pro, Pro
Oh,
Bowl running back, whatever. My bad. I always get those. I do that sometimes, but I don't even think he's in the league anymore. I'm pretty sure he's in the UFL.
yeah, he plays for the. Well, no, he retired. He played for. I don't even think he's playing anymore. I think he retired. But yeah, he played for. I want to say he played for the Stallions at one point. But yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he's
that's just
retired now.
yeah, that's just. I mean, like I said,
Uh, looks like Roman Wilson for the Steelers got hurt today. Got carted off the field with an ankle injury.
no. Have they said what it was or how severe it was?
Just says with an ankle injury.
Um, that sucks. You hate to see anybody get carted off the field.
Got tackled at the goal line. Uh, it probably isn't too bad.
I know I said it like the last 2 or 3 episodes, but I'm just excited for football to be back.
Yep. Preseason kicks off Saturday, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, college football is a month. Let me see. Yeah, about a month away. About a
The
month away
first
now.
preseason game is the 8th. So not this Saturday, but next week.
Yeah. So I think it'll be a
The
very
first game will be Thursday, 6 o'clock. The Panthers versus the Patriots on NFL Network,
nice. Yeah,
followed by the Giants and the Lions at 8.
it's gonna be a pretty interesting season this season. A lot of new people in new places. All the rookies coming in trying to make a name for themselves. All the other rookies just trying to prove that they should have gone at a higher point in the draft. So I think it'll be pretty exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think as the times go, preseason won't be fun to watch because, I mean, just the big, like they already said, Robert Saleh already said Aaron Rodgers isn't going to play till week 1. He's sitting out the
Yeah, but
entire preseason. But
he's
I did
he's he's
see,
been known to
we,
do that
we talked about it today. I did see Kirk was at practice today. I did see him at practice today. So I guess he's good to go because he was running around throwing the ball.
though. We'll see
So
what he
that
looks
kind of
like week
answers.
one.
They better hope good because they paid him $200 million.
Yeah, it would suck
But
if he didn't make it through that contract. But
that's pretty much all I got.
yeah, I mean, in other jumping to the Olympic basketball, USA played their first game, beat Serbia by about 30. Uh, I didn't get to catch I've been trying to catch all the games, but I can't ever like catch them. I tried to catch one, and it was like France versus I want to say it was Japan. I think it was Japan, but I missed it.
I say
So
I think they're coming on later in the day where we are.
yeah, so I definitely gotta try to catch the USA games for sure. I want to see a few other ones with some really good teams and
I
talent
know
like
we won. I
Canada.
know we won. I know we won gold in swimming, and I think I want to say we won gold in gymnastics,
Yeah,
women's or not gymnastics, whatever Simone Biles does, whatever she does. I don't know what it's called.
it's gymnastics. She does gymnastics.
And then what else did we win gold in?
It's so
Oh, there's
many
something.
different sports in the Olympics. It's hard to keep up with. But the biggest thing that came out of that basketball game was that they said everybody was dogging Steve Kerr because he didn't play Jason Tatum or Tyrese Halliburton,
Yeah,
which he came
yeah.
on after and said, like, I felt like an idiot for not playing him. He said, I just went with matchups that made sense, which, I mean, I don't know. I just don't see how you don't play some of the best players in the league at least a few minutes. They didn't get any burn. They did not step on the court, play any minutes, nothing.
Yeah. I mean,
I,
I think they just brought them to see what it's like. Because, like I said earlier, 4 years from now, LeBron, Steph, and KD probably won't be there.
well, I mean, Jason Tatum's already played Olympic basketball. I think he was on the World Cup team. And then Tyrese Halliburton, I think this is his first year on the Olympic roster. So if anybody wouldn't play a lot, I would expect it to be him. But I think they can all contribute a good amount, I guess. So I don't know, but Steve Kerr already came out and said that Jason Tatum's gonna play against. They play South Sudan is their next game. So
But next episode, I think we're gonna actually do legit pretenders. We're gonna do some research. Actually look into some teams. Pick a few. Talk about them. We can do college and NFL. So be on the lookout for that. I think that's gonna be the next episode, going into a little bit more depth while we're going into the preseason. So it'll be a little bit early predictions. So
yeah, I guess you could say we're learning how to be analysts, looking at all the different stats, different games, how do they play in certain situations, and blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we'll do some contenders, pretenders predictions for the upcoming season. Be super exciting. So y'all tune in, and don't forget, before we get out of here, road to 100 subscribers. So just keep the comments coming, keep smashing the like button or whatever it is on these streams that we're on, Spotify, social media. Just keep tuning in with us, keep coming to check us out, and we'll just keep growing. I think that's all we got for y'all today, but we'll catch y'all in the next episode, and we are out of here.